Alright everybody, welcome back to some more Sercacraft. It is I, Xilestar, and today we're going to be continuing on with our Nether adventures. I have also found my Nether portal, and I have taken a picture of its coordinates. But I'm also going to get video evidence of it too, so that I can know for a fact where it is. Alright, there we go. Alright. So. Hello. So we're going to be doing our Nether adventure, pretty much. I just went back, got a bunch of rockets, pretty much, and we're on our, well, I should probably just unplug this right now, just because it's in the way, and let's be on our merry way, and let's go continue exploring. So we're going to find any more nether fortresses, and or finding out if there's any more bastion remnants around. While talking about other stuff, I think I've already talked about this in another series, but just in case none of those watchers pretty much watch this, pretty much. If you have, you can kind of like just ignore me right now and continue on with what you're doing. Meanwhile, just praising the game's audio on my end. Anyway, so like earlier this week, is a little bit off-screen-ish kind of thing. I ended up finding out that my microphone does have the capabilities of. Oh, I don't have the thing, okay. I found that my microphone does actually have capabilities of being able to have some form of noise suppression, but for some reason, mine just wasn't doing it for whatever reason. So I did a little bit of search, and I found out that I needed to have a certain, like sort of like a separate application to turn it on. Now, back before I even started the channel, so back during like June of 2020 or July, one of the two, I actually originally had this software. I downloaded it, got it installed. Ooh, we got another Bastion Remnant, nice. Found a new one. Hasn't been looted at all. That's good. Either that or I missed a few things. Seems kind of weird. Anyway, so I originally had this software, and I was testing around with the microphone with it, but unfortunately, the only thing that this software was able to do was nothing really at all. The only thing that this software would end up doing, like in my sort of like way of kind of remembering it, was that it was only allowed to change like the like what the microphone volume is, and it also would have changed like if you were to connect like headphones to it, because it has a headphone jack, what volume that would be at, and that's it. That's all that this microphone had for those settings, and I thought, well, that's kind of really weird, because I thought that this one has a like two modes. It's got like a sort of, well, I consider podcast mode, which is pretty much like it'll take audio from all different like directions, pretty much, and then it has what I would have what I thought was the correct one, which is apparently called cardioid, where it will only take audio from a certain source, like for, like that's directly like across from it, kind of thing, like, or directly in front of it, I guess is more to be accurate. So I thought, hey, that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. So when I heard that this microphone had that, I was like, perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Because the one I had before was, sure, perfect at certain points, but like it would still grab audio from different sources. So when I downloaded this software originally, it didn't give me much options. So about a month or about either a couple weeks or about a month after I had it installed and downloaded and all that stuff, I decided to uninstall it because it really wasn't really doing much for me. So I decided to remove it, because why would I keep software that doesn't actually work the way that I wanted it to? So I left it alone and kept the microphone as it is at 80% volume for the microphone portion, and that was it. Now, cut back to about we'll say Monday. I'll say Monday as as the earliest, because it might have been either Tuesday or Wednesday kind of thing. But we'll say Monday. So Monday, I found out that while I was looking for a different microphone that I could definitely get a hold of, I found out that anytime I looked at the best microphones, or like, you know, like those kinds of like clickbait titles kind of thing, like the best microphones for like setups like mine, this one was one of the ones that kept popping up for like low footprint on your desk, but also being able to do that. And I thought, well, they're just a bunch of liars, because it's not doing that for my desk. And then I found out that it only does it if you have the software. So I go, oh, you know what? Fine. Maybe it's a setting that I missed, or something like that, or maybe it got an update when I wasn't paying attention or something like that. I don't know. So as soon as I get the software back installed on my PC, it says, oh, your microphone has a new firmware update. And I thought, okay, that's kind of weird. I don't know why that's occurring now, but okay, whatever, install that. And now, all of a sudden, now that that's installed, I'm able to now be able to noise suppress everything that I pretty much want. Why, like, Windows Update is not allowed to do this, or why anytime I try and tell my computer to scan for hardware updates, doesn't do anything, but okay, whatever, you know? You can do whatever you want, I guess, computer. Especially piss me off, you can do that too. So now I'm able to technically suppress like fan noise and stuff like that. I don't know how effective it is, but based off of what I can see in the in OBS, I can definitely tell you though that it does look like it's actually working very well. Because based off of what I can see, it's pretty darn good. So without any noises, and without my window being open, my fan on, and like my door closed, right now it's open, I get around negative 50 decibels with nothing going on. I get negative 50 decibels already being achieved, and the lowest that it can go, according to OBS at the very least, or what it'll tell me, is negative 60. So by the time me not even talking, you're already hearing negative 50 decibels of whatever's going on. And that's before I got the new desk. So it's like, so what really did change when I got the new desk? Your guess is as good as mine, because I thought that it would change a little bit, but it didn't really. But you know what though, I gotta say though, without the new desk, I'm glad that I would have figured this, that I wouldn't have figured it out that it was just this. It also made me figure out something else off screen too, but I don't think that's something I want to say out loud kind of thing, or I want to say it on the channel, for the record. So like, I'm just gonna leave that to myself though. But I'm very angry though that it wasn't the solution that I thought it was. But I will say what I did think it was. So what I originally thought, what the problem was that the desk that I originally had before this one was, I wouldn't say cheap, because it was a decent chunk, but it was enough that like it got it off, like it got the ball rolling kind of thing. So I originally had a desk that I bought for about $100. I think it was about $100, like $100 US, but it was like a little bit more of because of where I live, and it was a pretty decent desk. It was more of like a, I don't know how to kind of phrase it that makes more sense to me, but like it's more of a student desk kind of thing, where it's got two different elevations, which I got so used to. Now that my monitor's on the same level as my keyboard and mouse, I feel very weird. So I'm so used to the monitor being on a different elevation that now that it's on the same level as it's like, whoa, I feel like I just shrunk a few inches, like a few feet kind of thing. It's like, ugh. But yeah, but because I got so used to that, it's, anyway. So I thought that because the desk was again not cheap, but like again like it was, I guess you could say cheaply made. So I thought that maybe that was the reason, because every time like I would give a little bit of force onto the desk, which is why most of my like a lot of the times like I say like, oh yeah, my like thing is this, like where I like to jump a lot. I think in Oblivion in particular, I was like, oh yeah, I'm a jumping spell sword, but yet like you would barely see me ever jump, and that's because when I jump, I forcefully hit the space bar because I'm trying to jump. And of course, with that, I am not actually like jumping, and so it's like, are you sure you're the jumping spell sword? Because you're not really jumping. Well, if I was jumping, you would hear the microphone vibrate because apparently that desk wasn't really stable. This one isn't either, but I think now it's more so the stand than the desk itself, because the desk doesn't actually move. I think now it's just a microphone stand. It's just not. It just wasn't stable. Either it wasn't stable in the first place, or it's because I ruined it at some point because I originally tried to attach it somewhere else, so it was away from the computer itself, but I could bring it to me. And I think I ruined it because this microphone stand is a clamp that you can clamp to your desk. Unfortunately, I think I tried to clip it somewhere, but it couldn't handle it being reached far, so it started tearing away the little foam pads that it came out of. So right now it has like a little bit of a little tear, like a little tear in the middle of the. I think it's the top pad. I think. Now I could replace it, but like the pad itself. But I think it would just be easier just to replace the stand. I didn't pay a lot. I think I paid like almost like. I think it was like $15 American for it. So it's not like it's a lot anyway. Like the microphone costed more than the stand itself. Ooh, we got a lot of blazes here. Nice. Nice. Anyway. Unfortunately, trying to like see where everything is a bit hard when you can't really mark your way around. Yeah, so I'm still waiting for some kind of news about Minecraft 1.20. I mean, if it's not going to happen, I'm just going to end the series early. Because, like, it's not that I'm tired of Sercacraft. Like, this whole version was mostly just, like, me just exploring the deep dark. And just trying to see, like, what the new biomes looked like and stuff like that. Like, it wasn't really meant to be like, oh, yeah, it's going to take, like, 7 million sessions in order to go do everything in 1.19. And have it completely done. Are you wearing a... Oh, you were wearing a wither sword. Well, that's kind of weird. That was probably like one of the best like piglins you could have found because like it can actually pick up items and wear them. But yeah, I don't really care that much. But yeah, so I'm still trying to do some experiments, in particular with the noise suppression. Now, this version of Sercacraft in particular will not have the sort of like the noise suppression. That'll be in the next version, because this version already has like this sort of configuration already set up. The only thing that's different now is that instead of the microphone volume being at like what the software records as 50, which is kind of weird because to my knowledge it shouldn't be at 50, it should be at 80, which is what it is now. What I had set originally beforehand. So yeah, so like that was a little bit weird. Okay, I'm trying to find... Like some cool extra spots that we can go and explore. Ooh, another Bastion Remnant. Ooh, we got another Remnant. You can probably say that this is like a forge area kind of thing, but this could be like something else. Oh, is this the same Bastion Remnant they keep going back to? We can find out real quick. I mean, there shouldn't be any, like, gilded blacks. Oh, maybe it's a new one. I don't know. Maybe all of them just, maybe some of them just look identical to one another. What is this? Oh, chiseled polished. Oh, that's cool. It's like the chiseled stone brick. Okay, well, we can find out what's in that chest. If it is the same as always, then that's going to be really sad. Okay, let's see what we got here. Yeah, kind of figured it's the same. Alright. Just trying to find a different area in particular. Trying to find different areas that you haven't really explored is kind of difficult when all of them are pretty much like gatekept by like a biome like this kind of thing. Oh, another fortress. Hopefully it's a new one. Thank you. Oh, there's a lot of them. Oh, boy. There's a lot of them. We got magma green. Nice. So I have several ideas of what I might end up doing in particular for the sort of like the whole like sort of like missions in particular about like the next version. But like but just in case like 1.20 has like a different thing, then I might just go and end up changing it to that. Like, what was the thing that was said? I think it's like archaeology or something like that. Like, if that gets introduced in 1.20, I'll definitely say, like, oh yeah, that would be pretty cool. Like, that'll be something that I'll definitely recommend. Or not recommend, but like, that'll definitely be something I'll definitely say, like, oh yeah, we gotta find like 3 pots and or pans or what, I don't know. Yeah, you only lead. Oh, okay, so I can't find a way into the structure itself. Is there not a structure then? Is it just random hallways? Oh no, the guys are looking for Hershey's. Run. They're angry. They want their chocolate. I don't know. Run. The guests want their Hershey's. I don't know. It just sounds like they're saying Hershey's. It would have been fun. It would be funny if they were actually saying that, though. It's like, oh no, the guests, they want the chocolate. Wait, you create light? Oh, heck yeah, man. That's good to know. I didn't realize they were light items. I know they're not actually light items. I know that it's just Optifine being weird. But it's fine. Optifine can be weird. I'm just using these pillaged items thing, shulkers in particular, just to kind of get stuff around. Oh, it's just Blackstone, okay. I thought that was like another wither skeleton over there. I was like, what? They're like everywhere, pretty much. Yeah, I still couldn't believe that you don't even need to put lava near them. I think you only need to put lava near them if you want them to grow faster, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, so I know I've been starting a trend lately between this and Pokemon Gold, I think. Yeah, Gold. Where I've been making them only like 6 videos per session. I apologize for that. It's not that I don't have energy for these series in general. It's that like I'm trying to find something interesting to do, and unfortunately though, like without like me going through the deep dark, like if you look at the beginning of this 1.19 thing, you'll notice though that there's like there's like 8 videos, and I think one of them might have had like 10 even. Like that's when we had the deep dark sort of mission kind of thing. But then after that, it's like, well, what else is there to do? But that's not even like this version in particular though. Like that's like every Minecraft version like known to us kind of thing though. Like especially like for me in general though, because like whenever we go into a new version, so like let's say when 1.20 comes around, you'll probably notice the same exact shenanigans. We sort of noticed it during Sercacraft, I think 1.15, I think, where like like even if you were to like we noticed it during like a lot of the newer versions of Sercacraft, where if you did a lot of your grinding in the previous version of Sercacraft, and then all of a sudden in the current version of Minecraft, you'll be less enthusiastic about grinding for certain items in particular. So like let's say in like how is a better way of calling it? Let's say in 1.17 you had a very efficient copper farm, and you have so much copper that it's coming out of your hands, like as if like your hand is made of copper. And so you decide to bring that into 1.18. Now in 1.18, you don't need to farm copper because you've farmed copper in the last version. Well, now that's like one less item to gather. Now let's say in Sercacraft, or at least for us in our case, we've had many different versions because we've started this trend since, well, we originally started the trend in I think 1.11, but we didn't really go very far with it because we only ever used like I think MC Edit to do it, so we didn't really do much of it. But like for the current version that we're doing it, we've done it since 1.13, I believe. Now for 1.13 and onward, we were able to keep the series sort of alive based upon like what we wanted to do for the series. Now I think for 1.13 we went to a new world. We went through a world that had like a custom setting generator that said that it would work perfectly for 1.12, but they didn't know what would happen in 1.13. So we thought, hey, that would be perfect. So we'll go do that. It was said to be like sort of like a miner's paradise kind of thing. So like if you wanted a lot of materials in a large veins kind of thing, this was your dream ticket pretty much. And then that never happened. Because apparently for 1.13 in particular, for 1.13 in general, when you're trying to make a new sort of world with a seed in particular, it has a character limit of how many characters you can actually put inside of its sort of like whole thing, which is very, very sad. It's the same thing of why when you're trying to make a command book or like a little book like the ones that I have for like the black book of removal and all that stuff, those ones in particular have like a character limit in terms of like how long their commands can actually be, which is very, very sad though, because like, you know, books deserve much more love than that. They could be really condensed versions of command blocks if you really make it out to be that way. Trying to find out if there's another like area over here that would look really cool. I'm trying to find more landmarks, to be precise. Not really getting any luck on that though. But yeah, like at the very least for when we were playing like Minecraft 1. Like Minecraft 1.12 or Minecraft 1.11, we were very consistent and at the very least of what we were trying to do for the different versions. Like we had a set goal and stuff like that. I think I did something similar with Terraria, where when Terraria got their 1.4 update, I'm trying to remember how Terraria's works in particular. But the same idea itself happens in that version too, where their latest version, I prefer to play the versions with my already existing creations in that world. So I started off with the newest version of Terraria with my already established build. I just world edited it into the next world, into the new world. And then that's exactly what I did. I just played it as if nothing ever happened. Now, of course, people have different ways of playing games. I myself rather would not repeat too many actions. I mean, like, if there's a more efficient way of, like, let's say farming ender pearls or something like that, I would want to test it out. Sure, yeah, I'll build it just to kind of see, like, if it actually is more efficient than what I remember. But would I build it in precisely because I need more ender pearls? Probably not. Because from my last expedition of going to go get ender pearls, I probably got a ton of them. But that's kind of like the way that I look at Sercacraft, being like, it's another way of looking at it. Like, is it better just playing on a new world and doing all that? Sure, depending on the person, but I definitely have to say though, I had a lot of fun playing on 1.17 when we did the whole like starting from nothing stuff. I really liked that. But again, there also comes a time where it's like, okay, now I just wish I had my better stuff. Because starting from scratch and then having a bunch of other stuff is not really the greatest. You're just so... Because again, this is why I don't really like playing new worlds all that much. I prefer playing on already existing worlds that I've created. Is because, like, I've already did all the grunt work kind of thing. In particular. So by that I mean, like, you don't have like your starter house anymore. You have your sort of your mega base or your mega build or whatever you want to call it, pretty much. Like, you already have that pre-built and ready to go, and you don't have to worry about you know, like, you don't have to worry about iron anymore because you already have your 30 iron farms or what, like, you know what I mean? Like, you already have all that stuff done. Like, I prefer those kinds of worlds than me just starting from nothing and go like, great. Especially now. Like, before I would have... I love seeing how... Like, how fast I can get iron in new worlds, pretty much. Because I always had fun, like, always getting, like, iron armor pretty quick in worlds in particular. Because I just thought it was always really fun. I'm trying to remember. I think, like... I went to... I think it was, like, I went to one of my family's houses, and their kids have like Minecraft for the Xbox. I'm not good with consoles in particular. I'm so used to mouse and keyboard, so me trying to get really good with like an Xbox controller, I am used to an Xbox controller. It's the same as a Nintendo Switch Pro controller, but like I'm not 100% used to it, and especially with Minecraft, where I've only played it with mouse and keyboard, it got very difficult really quick. So by me trying to like play it on the Xbox, I got so like I was not 100% like so like really used to it. So what I ended up doing was that like I did what I know best. I went did a staircase all the way down to Y level whatever and went straight down into like Y level. Mind you, I didn't know if it was Y level 11 because of course it's on the Xbox. It doesn't really tell you like what Y level you're at. So well, I didn't know what level I was at, so I just said, you know what? I'll just go with however far down I can go. And I got a whole bunch of iron, got it all smelted, and then so by the time that their kid was like able to like finish building their house, I already had like a random like I don't want to say dirt shack because I didn't really build one, but it was equivalent to one. I built like a random like a random like a miner house kind of thing, like one that like if it got burned down I wouldn't really care. Like that's kind of like how insignificant it was to me, but like I ended up building that. Leave me alone. I am going through my storage, not yours. Don't make me go through your storage because I will go through that. Okay, I gotta go through number 4 then. Lucky number 4, I guess. So yeah, so by the time like they were even paying attention to me, I already had like iron armor, an iron sword, and stuff like that, and I'm just like running around. They're like, "Where'd you get that?" I'm like, "I mined it." Like my PC tricks still work because I know them by heart, but like trying to do them all in the controller is very difficult. I played an RTS game. I can't remember the name of it, or I probably will if I end up looking at it again. But like, I was playing it on the Xbox controller. They had weird controls that got so unbelievably crazy that like it almost seemed impossible for me to understand what to do. So in order for me to like proceed forward, I need to like hold down the right trigger, go with the analog stick, click B or A or something like that just to click on something. Or it was like you have to like left and right trigger, like use the analog stick to sort of like be able to go through the menu. Do that, and I'm just sitting there going like, what? Like, what is the point of that? Like, I got so confused that I just ended up just going like, you know what? I don't really think I'm gonna play anymore. I'm getting confused based off of your control scheme. And then so I stopped playing that. Actually, I stopped playing it for a different reason. I lost the I think I lost the game or I gave it away. One of the two. I think I gave it away. So I just said, you know what? Here, you can have it, and then like it's fun. I have it for the PC now, and I gotta say though, it's much easier now that it's like all clear cut and it's all one control but like scheme that I can actually understand. But yeah, but like me trying to understand it through the controller is just so difficult. Like even like I got a game on my Nintendo Switch that I have on PC, and I'm trying to remember what the name of the game is. Because I also got a different game that I originally got for my Switch, but now I have it for PC, so I might just play it on PC in general because I can actually grab the save. Anyway, I can't remember what the game name is. I'll have to like open up like literally my Nintendo Switch to find out what the game is. But like I have it for PC, and I played it for like a little bit on PC, so I know what it is. But like I'll play it on like the Switch, and it'll be completely fine, no problems at all. But like me trying to figure out the controls is just so difficult. And the fact that like most of the games that I have on my Switch, I can just like buy a PS4, buy the game on there, and then be able to play it with the same kind of like efficiency as as a Nintendo Switch. The only difference is that, hey, look, I can actually keep my saves on a local hard drive. Like that's the only like difference that I can actually end up seeing. That like makes more sense to me, and I get so angry whenever I end up wanting to play a game on my Nintendo Switch, and I go like, oh yeah, that's right, I need to make sure that I have like Nintendo Switch membership, because if not, if I lose my save, it's gone. And then it gets even like it even shoots you more in the gut that like, oh yeah, the one games that you don't want to restart all over again, the Pokemon games, especially the newer ones, don't have to go through all the sort of cutscenes again. Guess what? They're not affected by it. So it gets really angry again that like they're nitpicking certain things, and then they're still nitpicking it. It's like I don't understand at all. Like, oh hey, we're making it so though like you can keep your saves like safe, so though if there's ever a corruption, don't worry, you can always revert back to a previous save. It's like, oh thank you, you're now caring about us, right? So now we'll be able to like, extract it from your console and be able to put it on an external hard drive, right? No, no, you can't do that yet. It's like, oh my word, are you kidding me? Like I have literally a homebrewed 2DS that I use in particular because it's much easier than the 3DS that I was originally going to attach it to, or was going to tie it to. Like I have it attached to the I have it homebrewed, so though I can actually like grab my saves from my Nintendo 3DS saves in particular. It doesn't have any doesn't have any homebrewed games or anything like that. It's just for saves in general, because I am so sick and tired of me going through all of my Nintendo games and going like, oh man, I wish I could just, save this on an external hard drive. Oh wait, I have one. I have an external hard drive that's 4 terabytes. It's perfect for this. Sorry, you can't do that. And I get so frustrated. I mean, I didn't buy the 4 terabyte hard drive in particularly because I have the Nintendo Switch. I had it beforehand. I bought it back in 2017, I think. Yeah, I think I bought it in 2017. And I've had it ever since. And it has given me no issues at all. I haven't had one single issue with it before. I've had issues with different ones, but this one in particular, no. I think that day I bought one 4 terabyte and I bought two 2 terabytes in particular. I bought them for different reasons. I bought the 2 terabyte ones for different reasons, and I bought the 4 terabyte in particular to something else. And then I ended up going like, why am I using my 2 terabyte and my 4 terabyte separately when I could just combine them together? And then boom, I just combined them together, and I go, well, I have 2 useless 2 terabytes, so I just gave one to someone and just said, here, you can have it. Like, I'm not using it anymore. It's like the whole meme, it's like the whole meme where it's like what is it? Oh, I can't remember how it went. But it's like, I don't need you anymore, and it's like, no. It's a Toy Story one, I think, if I remember correctly. But I can't remember how it goes because, like, or You're No Funny. I don't remember what it's called anymore. Anyway, but again, yeah, like, I got so, like, frustrated that it kept doing that to me. And so when I was able to, when I think what was the it was the when there was when it was said that the 3DS had like a flaw in the, what was it, the 3DS sound, I think it was it the 3DS, it was like something, I think it was the 3DS sound, when there was a talk about the 3DS sound having a flaw, and I was like, oh, you mean I can have homebrew now? And then I went and put it on my 3DS, and then I found out that my 3DS is not really the best console for me to do that. Because if you don't know, the micro SD card is in a very weird spot, and especially with me, where sometimes like my nails will just break for no reason. They'll just break, and I can't really like open things. It's much easier for me to use the 2DS for it rather than me just trying to get it to work with the 3DS. So I have my 3DS being like a normal 3DS, so if I want to go on online features and stuff like that, I'll just go on my 3DS. But if I don't want to use online features, I'll just use my 2DS. And I have a really cool thing where, like, if it's on the cartridge itself, like the game save, because it's a 2DS, not a Nintendo Switch, where it's on the onboard system. I keep finding people that have that same superstition where it's on the cartridge. Like, I think there was one person that I think like threw away their game cartridge. I can't remember who it was. They threw away their game cartridge and they're like, "Oh no, I have something on the save," and I literally just facepalm and I go, "It's not on the cartridge anymore. It's on the, like, it's in your console. You could literally." So, like, it's fine to resell your games because the saves aren't on them anymore. And I think that was one of the big, like, sort of, like, talking points where people got very sad, though, because, like, you know, the whole reason of buying used game saves was because, like, you get to see what people think are not really that good. Or not really that great. Or seeing, like, wow, this Pokemon's been with them forever. It's now mine. Or something like that. Like, it's just crazy. And then now, all of a sudden, like, now that's gone. Where is it? There it is. Okay, this is where I want it to be. Okay. Oh, I was able to get up? Well, that's kind of interesting. Oh, because those are slabs. Okay, yeah, I can see that. Okay. There we go. But yeah, like, that's... And that's the kind of thing, though, that, like, certain things will deter people from playing your games and stuff like that. Or at the very least from supporting your sort of company. Like, I know for a fact that, like, it's really weird, though, for Nintendo to, like, have you be able to play, like, Pokemon, what was it, Pokemon Crystal and all that on their console. And even now, there is, like, they're now closing the store on the 3DS and stuff like that, which is kind of weird. Because isn't the Nintendo Switch also a part of, like, the same store? So doesn't that mean that Nintendo Switch is also Nintendo eShop kind of going down too? And if that's not the case, then okay, but just update a lot of the software to work with the Nintendo Switch then. Like, I don't know how else to explain it, though. Like, there was one game I know for a fact that was on the... I don't know when it came out first, but the way that I kind of saw it is, like, came out on the Wii U first, then it came out on the 3DS, and then it came out on the Nintendo Switch, and that's Hyrule Warriors. I used to watch someone play Hyrule Warriors. I'm not a big Zelda fan. I grew up with pretty much, like, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And I think Digimon at some point, I think. So, like, I never grew up with Legend of Zelda. I even said that to a bunch of people, too. Like, sure, you guys have grown up with, the Legend of Zelda games. I didn't. I was more of the Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Digimon kind of thing. So I never really did get that hype of Legend of Zelda. And I don't even remember what my first one was that I ended up playing, because I know that one of my cousins had a game card of it, and it was one of the Game Boy Color ones, but I don't remember which one exactly it was. because I don't think I read the game, like the game name, and so it was like it was just latched into my memory kind of thing. It's just there. I just know it was all pixely. That's as far as I got. But I know it was one of the Game Boy Color kind of cartridges because like, well, because they were the ones that were like double the height, however you want to kind of word it as. They were more squared than the Game Boy Advanced ones. But yeah, but like those ones were like, I think my first Legend of Zelda one that I can definitely remember off the top of my head was Phantom Hourglass, because that's the one I got for the Nintendo. I almost said Switch. For the Nintendo DS, and I got that because, well, I wanted to see if I would actually get used to it. I didn't. I think I got sick and tired of like certain enemies just instant killing me, and I barely progressed because there was no like there was literally like no directioning, or at least close to telling me where I needed to go, and I was an impatient kid. So I got really sick and tired, and I probably still have the game cartridge somewhere, but like I just didn't bother like finishing the game. I think when I got my first action replay, I think I just ended up using it on that game, and then I didn't really go anywhere with it. Yeah, I don't think I did anything with it. I think I just like, I used it, got like a bunch of like good items or whatever it said that was really good, and that was it. I don't think I really did much of anything else with that, and that was it. That's all I did. And again, I'm not saying that the game was bad. I'm just saying though that like again, the Zelda games just weren't my jam when I was a kid. I was more of the Pokemon one because, like, you know, Pokemon, well, was Pokemon, so it made more sense. But like for Zelda, it didn't really click that way for me. And same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Clicked with me, so I was really happy about that. And I know one thing that didn't really click, and it was Pokemon related, was the trading card game. I think the only thing that I ended up remembering about the trading card game was that I remember that me and a couple friends were mostly just like playing around with it. Where we were making up rules as like as we went on, kind of thing. We didn't actually like play the game legitimately, but like we were playing the game in our own little way. And then like, I think one of us sort of found out how to play, and then they were telling us like how to play it, and we're like, "Oh, come on, dude! We were just having fun playing it with the way that we wanted to. Like we're not hurting anybody. We're not going to a random official tournament saying that's not how you play that card. You play it like this." No, we were just doing our own little thing. Oh, falling everywhere. Oh man. And that's kind of like what we ended up doing for that, for the most part. Like we loved playing, like again we loved playing Pokemon. Like nobody's saying that we didn't. But the trading card game, we never understood the rules. Like they weren't easy for like a bunch of kids to kind of like learn and understand. Like there was no way we could have learned how triggers and what effects proc which effects kind of thing. Even though I think back in those days, I don't think they had like complex effects like that. Even though I think in the effects that actually do that are more Yu-Gi-Oh! Nowadays. But anyway, like there was no way that like you can get like a bunch of like 8 or 9-year-olds to kind of like understand how to play a game like that. Like you're not gonna get a bunch of people like understanding your rules with that. Like you're gonna get like a bunch of kids getting very confused and going like, I don't like this game anymore, and then just leave it. But like now I know how to play the Pokemon trading card game. I just don't have any love for it because like I loved the way that I played it beforehand. It was fun. But now it's like it's not as fun as I remember, so I don't really play it. in Yu-Gi-Oh, well, Yu-Gi-Oh has that similar thing to me as well, where like don't get me wrong, I'll still like jump on and play it a little bit maybe, but like now it's just not as fun as it used to be. And now like I've been getting into like other card games as well. I think one that I'm trying to get back to is I think is one of the oldest ones, but yet like but again though, like for that one it's more so like I'm just getting right back into it instead of like just it's just a new one. Hello? Hello? Bye. Ooh, an already loaded up crossbow. Nice. Oh, he got scared. Ooh, this one's actually pretty interesting. It's got 3 of these. Ooh, that's a lot of them. Get out of here. Okay, I think I'll go... I think I'll do this for now. There's going to be like a bunch of those random piglins that are going to be very angry at me, but I don't really care. But yeah, but they're trying to find like something that I really liked as a kid and then like still enjoy as an adult is kind of like it's weird because like some of the things that made me enjoy it as a kid, like Pokemon, like the Pokemon trading card game for instance, now I'm just so used to like how it actually is played that now it's like now I don't feel like playing it. And like even me just learning it now is just still not as fun as me playing it as a kid, because as a kid we made up rules as time went on. Ow. No Hershey's for you anymore. Where is the ghast? Okay, well the ghast is gone now. That's good to know. Alright. Ooh, and breaking. No. No Hershey's for you. Seriously? Get out of here. Yeah, because what else is there that's actually, like, very interesting? I know, like, I liked I liked a lot of the, like, original, I don't know. Anyway. Let's talk about, more Minecraft stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I sort of like how like from like I remember like I can still remember me playing Minecraft beta with my little like cave base from like my very first world, and then just being very angry because I can't find coal anywhere. And then I'd be like, okay, well, I guess I gotta go try and see if I can find a different place where I can find coal of all things. Then I would end up like finding no coal, or I'd find like 1 or 2 scraps of it and be like, oh my god, yes, yes, I found the mother lode. Never find another one again in that cave. Then I would have to like go through another sort of like cave, and then find that one little scrap of coal and be like, oh, I found more coal, and then nothing. And I got really sick and tired of thinking of it at one point where I was using an inventory editor to sort of spawn in infinite TNT, and I would just make a giant mine, and then hopefully I would find more coal. And guess how much coal I found? I found zero of it. I found a decent chunk of iron, and that was it. So like I ended up just figuring out that like, or I just ended up figuring that like my my Minecraft world that was like my very first, or at least one of my very firsts, was pretty dead in the coal department, and that's kind of a problem because I didn't have any way of smelting items. I could have made charcoal, but I didn't know about it then. So I ended up just making a new world. And then guess what? How much iron I found? Or how much coal I found? I found so much coal that became like the new resource that I had so much of, and I got sick and tired of it. But the one trade-off that I had for it is that I had very little, I think, iron being found. Get out of here. I ended up finding like very little, like iron, and I got really sick and tired of that. So like if there was a way that I could have like made an iron farm back in beta 1.3, I would have literally have done it, because like I would have desperately needed it at that moment. And then I think during that first world I ended up figuring out, or not figuring out, I ended up reading too much into something, and based upon what was written for, like, I think it was like beta 1.5, I think, I don't remember, I think that's when weather was introduced. It was sort of hinting at like if you have any wooden structures, they're going to get burnt down, because when lightning strikes on like wooden planks, it would like create fire. So I thought, oh my word, I gotta go and repair like my base and stuff, like I'm gonna have to go and repair my base a bunch of times, and I'm not even gonna remember how it was built in the first place. So I thought, well, what can I do? So I ended up doing the only thing that I could think about doing, and I ended up just spawning in a bunch of stone blocks for myself. No, I didn't. Did I spawn in stone? No, I didn't spawn in stone. I spawned in the coal, I think, for it, maybe. No, I didn't. I ended up just mining a bunch of coal or a bunch of cobblestone, and then I just ended up just salting them in stone, and then as I periodic, I think, was that the one that I, because there was two buildings. There was one that I did legitimately, and there was one that I just spawned in. No, I remember. It wasn't stone that I spawned in. Not legitimately. It was the obsidian that I covered it after the fact that I didn't get it legitimately. That's what it was. Oh, trying to remember that stuff is like very, very confusing. So yeah, so I originally covered it in stone. So I originally had it as wood, but then as soon as like weather got introduced, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to go and cover it inside of cover it in stone, so though, like, you know, when lightning strikes, I don't have to worry about anything. So I did the top, and I'm like, could lightning strike from the side? And I thought, best not to think about it, so I ended up doing it anyway. So at the end of the day, like, I ended up just doing, like, I ended up encasing the entire thing, other than underneath it, in stone. So pretty much a majority of the entire base was encased in stone. And that's kind of how it was forever, pretty much. And I ended up doing that forever until I think until I figured out that certain biomes, or I can't remember what it was said, but it was like certain biomes are less likely to have thunder than other biomes, or something like that. It was like there was only like it's very rare for a thunderstorm to even happen or something like that. So I was like, oh, okay, so I don't need to do it for every building. But I think at this point, I think I was mostly just making mountain bases in general, so it didn't really affect me much because most of the exterior is dirt, grass, and stone. So it was like I didn't have to worry about it. But I still took it to heart, kind of thing. So anytime I tried building up my base, I still try to do it. Like even with like a Rosaria base now, you'll notice though that there's no flammable blocks on the outside, only the inside does. And that's still slightly influenced by that because that is still one of my like fears is that like when somebody sets it on fire, I'm going to lose everything. Or even when thunder strikes, it's going to like cause burns and stuff like that. Even like and the whole obsidian thing after the fact was because like I kept having like a giant plague of like creepers kind of thing just magically coming to my base and just trying to ruin my day. So I said, you know what? Because I think at that point I had like a bunch of creepers already like exploding around near my base that I ended up like losing a few walls kind of thing. So I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm done replacing my walls. I'm done. I'm sick and tired of replacing it because stone is one of the most difficult things because this was before enchantments even came out. So literally you would have to smelt it all the time. So I said, you know what? I'm done with this. So I ended up just so I ended up spawning in infinite obsidian and I covered the entire thing. So over the stone, I had obsidian. So it was literally like a 3-block layer wall between obsidian, wood, and stone. So I had like really thick walls pretty much. One that was explosion proof, one that was the fire. Well, technically the outside ones are also flame proof, fireproof, but the stone was more of the fireproof part. I mean, that's what they were there for in the first place, but it's fine. But that is what inspired it. And if you look at and if you were to go to like the one of the first specials for the channel, which was about the history of Rosaria base in general, or what would be Rosaria base now, but was Sercacraft kind of thing. You'll also see like the first versions of it where it was originally stone as a stone fortress kind of thing, and then after a while I ended up slowly changing it into sort of a spaceship. And then after I ended up slowly changing into a spaceship, I kept like I almost said digging away, but technically started like shaping it into more of a ship kind of thing, and then at the end of it, I ended up with a ship that was closely resembling into an armored fortress, pretty much. And then I pretty much like just stopped sort of tinkering around with it for a lot of Minecraft generations. And then when 1.13 rolled around the corner, I decided to take that old design and revamp it because I thought it would look really cool, and plus I figured that it was probably around the dimensions that the structure block will take, and lo and behold, it was around I think 20 blocks I think or something like that. So I thought it would be perfect. So that's what I did. And then throughout the different versions, I've been improving it ever so slightly. Yeah, because like, what was it? It was, yeah, because when beta 1. Or not beta, when Minecraft 1.13 came around, I tried adding a lot of what the aquatic update ended up giving. But I got really sick and tired of trying to updated to update aquatic because I kept trying to get a lot of it to work, but none of it did, I think, or something like that. So I ended up just stopped trying to improve it through that method. And then when Minecraft 1.14 was in its beta releases, I was trying to get most of its functionality to work as well. And I found something else that was really, really interesting to note. Where if you were to try and bring one of the Illager banners from 1.14, it will actually work in Minecraft 1.13. The only thing is that the banners look kind of funky and weird because it's not meant for that version. But they do like it does still kind of function as a banner. It's just not like as glamorous or as menacing as it does in 1.13. It looks very like derpy kind of thing. Because again, it wasn't really meant to go into that version. It was meant to go into Minecraft 1.14, so it's interesting. Yeah, because the only thing is I think it just looks more like it doesn't look like it belongs kind of thing. That's the only thing that happens to it, and I just always thought that it looked kind of weird. But I kept it, and I was happy with it. That was also when I found out that, like, it's really weird. Okay, so, like, I originally had a laptop that was really good at playing Minecraft in the... What was it? It was the beta 1.7 thing, I think? Or was it beta 1.8? It was one of the two. It was really good at playing that, where I could play with, like, the maximum graphics. I could play all fancy even, with, like, smooth lighting all the way up and blah, blah, blah. Like, all the high top settings, pretty much. And I would still have, like, over 100 frames. Then, like, and in the next version, I can't even play... I can barely play it on the lowest graphic settings, pretty much. And it's like... How does, like, a computer that's, like, balls to the wall to what you want to then go down? And the only thing that my laptop couldn't do was render the farther distances because I didn't have the Java 64-bit, I think is what it asked for. That's because I didn't know where to get it, and the only thing that I could ever find was the 32-bit, so I just kept doing that. But also, you don't really need to see far. I mean, like, for this version, I think I keep going to, like, 20, because 20 is actually pretty nice. Even though, technically, I should go, like, all the way. Like, what does this do? Like, yeah, because this does, like, what, 64, I think? What is it, 64? Yeah, 64. See, like, even this says, like 3 gigabytes of RAM allocated. I have 5 on this, like, for this. But again, yeah, like, it's still just crazy, just thinking about it. Yeah, so I think slowly but surely we will, Okay, I think we're pretty okay, so maybe we should just go back to the portal. Or maybe we should just explore a little bit, then we'll go back to the portal. And then I'll start, like, dropping some stuff off at the barrels, and then that's, then we'll maybe do something else, I don't know. For the next session, I don't know. Right now, me and a friend have mostly just been playing, like, older Minecraft adventure maps kind of thing. I'm mostly just doing it in for, like, the legendary, like, items and artifacts and stuff like that. Because, I've tried to try and get them to, like, to be for, like, Rosaria base. Like, I think one of them in particular is not really working out to the way that I wanted. It didn't really work out the way that I wanted it to. I got to as far as the beginning part of it, I think. Until, like, all the command blocks that teleport you out of the way, because they use command blocks, of course, just don't work because they're not used to, like, the newer versions. I think I originally tried to get it to work for... What was it? I think we tried to get it to work for 1.0 1.12, and thank you for turning on in the background. Like I tried to originally like get it to work for 1.12, but then unfortunately it didn't really work very well. It just ended up breaking. So I ended up just going like, you know what? Well, with that not really working very well, I guess I'll just try like Minecraft 1.8 because it's close to what these versions were at around the time of that when these maps were in circulation. Well, it kind of works. One of them didn't really work as well. One of them doesn't even work at all for some odd reason. And so I was able to get, or two of them didn't really work the way that they were supposed to. So I just said, you know what? I'm just going to go with an older version. And then I got all of them to work. We've gotten, I think, all of them finished. I just need to replay one of them up until a certain point, because it was supposed to have like a sort of like a boss battle kind of thing, but it didn't really work very well. So I'm just gonna have to go through that again. And mind you, we did all of that mostly yesterday. Was it yesterday or was it the day before? I don't remember. Well, it was one of them anyway. Oh no, it couldn't have been the day before. Yeah, so it was yesterday then. I'm trying to think because because in the middle of it I wanted to do some recording, so I did a little bit of recording, but I wanted to get back to it so I could just end up finishing it off. And that's kind of where we were for that. Okay, how did I get in here though? I thought it was up there, but it's not the same one then. Is that a new one? No. But yeah, so we're slowly just bringing it up to the newest versions kind of thing, and then by the time it eventually reaches this version, we will be done. Yeah, so sooner or later we will have all of them from those things. I'm going to try and see if I can condense them all to one shulker box, but I might need two of them, which is completely fine. I think Minecraft, in similarity to like Oblivion, like mods and stuff like that, they don't really do like quests and adventures anymore kind of thing. It's more so like here's like the Empire State Building or whatever, like here's my build of that kind of deal. Like there's not really much adventures anymore, and there's like a very few. I think the last one that I played was literally made in 1.14. And I might do that one for the channel. I might just do it as a stream kind of thing, maybe. Because it's not that I don't want to make a video about it. It's more so that like I don't want it to be like attached to a series, but I do want to do something about it. But I think like a lot of them are more fun with like somebody else, if that makes sense. And unfortunately, like the friend that was playing those those maps with me was only free for like this weekend because of certain circumstances, but he might not be like available like next week or something like that. So I might just have to try and figure out something else for it. Anyway. Oh no, I need mending. Oh no. There we go. Everything's repaired. Oh, right, yeah, we were gonna try and make these into... Yeah, I might just do that as, like, maybe, like, one of the final sessions for this. I don't know yet. Ooh, another remnant. Or is this the one that I keep going to? Well, it's gilded blackstone. I don't know. Okay, there's gold. No, no, no. This is a new one. Okay. Okay. Let's go and find some piglins. Okay. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Alright, piglins. Okay, you do all that. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Hello. Oh, I got ender pearls. Nice. I'll just store that in here then. Oh no, the guests are back and they want their Hershey's again. No matter how many times I tell them no Hershey's for you, they keep coming back. Okay. Go. There we go. Perfect. Is all of it? No. Okay, well, I guess that's good enough for now. Guess I'll just try and grab all the gilded blackstone and just try and grab like the good stuff from each and every chest kind of thing, and then that's it. Because gilded blackstone is one of the few items that I don't have a huge supply of. Which I wouldn't say is like one of the most like difficult things to get a hold of. It's one of the more like harder to kind of find depending on what you're doing kind of thing. And because like Bastion remnants were said to be very rare, I just never really bothered to do it. And what me and a friend want to do is that like when there's a bigger community out for this server, what we're going to do is that we're going to have like old currency and we're going to have like new currency kind of thing. So like all the emeralds, gold, and or whatever you want to kind of call it, like before like this entire like surgence of players or surgence of people kind of thing, those become like null and void of being used as currency. And then the only ones that can be used as currency kind of thing are the new ones, where like if we were to use like diamonds for currency, let's say, all the old diamonds that we had previously cannot be used for it, like cannot be used as currency, but all the new ones that we mine in 1.30 or whatever will be kind of deal. I don't know, just put random Minecraft 1.30 as a random throwaway joke that's going to take a while before that, but anyway. Yeah. Because we definitely want to expand this sort of market, though. Like, I think in 1.15, like, I was the only one that was selling, like, honey, and I didn't really earn that much because, like, we always do our own little thing, and then by the time that, like, somebody even makes a shop about it, it's like, oh, I've already gained my, like, my bees already, and honey bottles. It's like, oh, well, that's kind of sad, and it's, like, because we like to do things on our own, it gets very difficult that like when you're trying to create like a market, so though like you are like the sole proprietor of it, it gets very difficult for us to go and do that. I think for 1.16, I think my friend tried to create like another netherite scrap like shop, but that didn't really go anywhere because again, we're so soul dependent that we try to do our own little thing. So of course we don't really buy the netherite scrap because we'd like to grab it ourselves. So it gets kind of weird if you think of it that way. And because like there's a thing, and because like technically shops aren't technically under the same sort of level of protection as main bases, you can technically, in theory, steal from shops. So it gets kind of weird. Like, do you want to sell it? Like, do you know who's getting your like items, kind of thing? Like, do you trust who's buying your items, kind of thing? And it gets again into that weird gray area where you're trying to figure out like everything else, and it's like, is it worth selling my netherite scrap? Like, am I gonna actually like get a profit, or am I gonna like start losing netherite scrap because people think that you can actually steal it? I know like we put it in like very good quotations. We want everybody to be able to like buy and sell items freely, but like again, there is technically no safety railing in particular that like if you sell something, it can be stolen. I mean, it's like a normal store. Again, Sercacraft is part anarchy, part not anarchy, if that makes sense. Like, we have some rules, but not a lot that make it like unfair, and that makes it not but we do have rules that make it not completely anarchy, but close to it though. Okay. Bye. Bye. Anyway. But again though, like you can do practically anything you want on this server. The only thing that we say, like everybody who joins the server is pretty much given like creative mode, is given op, is given like everything that you pretty much need to do whatever you really want to. The only thing is that like if you misuse your like sort of admin privileges, then it will be removed from you for 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 Minecraft versions, who knows. And that's what I tell everyone though, is that like if you like you're given admin privileges, you're given the right to use creative mode if you want. Just if you abuse it for whatever reason, then we will remove it. We will remove your inventory. We'll remove everything from your thing, and not only that, we will remove whatever you've spawned in. If we like, if they didn't record it, then when we figure out that like that's kind of weird that you have netherite already, and it's already been like, and you've only been on the server for 10 minutes, huh? Wonder how you got that netherite, buddy. Okay, go up here. Okay, should I be heading back now? Yeah, I should probably be heading back. Ooh. Finding a lot of remnants now. Oh, okay. Got a lot of golden carrots, man. Huh, that's pretty cool. Stop it. Okay. Anything up here? Nope. Okay. Yeah, I should probably head back. Give me 1 second while I go look at my screenshots to figure out where that is. It should be fine. I mean, like, I still have my, like, Wings of the, Traveler, I think. I think it's what I'm using now, so should be fine. We're in this one. We're in the screenshots. What is it? Negative 200, negative 500. Okay. Oh my god. Well, oh my Lord Cube, pretty much. That's a long way. Well, as long as we keep heading this direction, we should reach that area in no time. Oh my Lord Hugh. Oh, whoa, okay. Gotta head up and then back down? Yeah, okay. Perfect. Oh, that was almost perfect. Again, still not used to the elytras. I wasn't one of the few happy campers about the elytra. I kind of never understood how to use it right off the bat, so I kind of just thought it was a useless item. Now I don't think that way at all. Now I think it's actually one of the best items in the game. Okay, okay. Where's... Uh-oh. Okay, so as long as I keep heading this direction? Or is it this direction? No, it's gotta head this direction. Okay. Okay. Actually, I could head down here. Here we go. Bye. Okay. Because at the very least, though, like, getting from, like, negative, like, 400 to negative 200 is going to be pretty easy. It's just getting from negative 4,000 to negative, like... Yeah, see, I'm still, like, 1,500 off. Jeez, man. It's so far away. Oh, I have to go over here then. Go underneath, go back up. Although sometimes, like, I impress myself by going, like, up, down, left, right, like, just cruising without, like, any problems. I sometimes surprise myself with that. Okay, so we're close. Okay, so we're... I think we're over here. Okay. Negative 300, negative 500. Okay, so we're close. Wait, what's the beginning one? 237. Okay, so I'm pretty much close. I just gotta go figure out where exactly that is. I'm also not in the right Y, but that's pretty easy to get towards, to be fair. So it should be pretty easy. I have a full inventory anyway, so it's gonna be pretty bad. Okay, let's see if I can go higher somewhere. Okay, that's not where I need to go then. Okay. Hi. Okay, so I'll just go mine this then. Oh no, that's not good. Okay, come on, get up. There we go. But yeah, so pretty much like yesterday and technically a little bit today, we were able to finish like three 3 like adventure maps pretty much, and that's like pretty impressive in my opinion. But that's just by my standards pretty much. Mind you, we were already pretty experienced because we're both like pretty experienced in Minecraft, though. It kind of just doesn't really like make sense though to measure it that way, but to me though, I was really happy that we were able to get like one done in like 4 hours. I think was it 4 hours to that one? All right, we got past that. Yes, that's around here, right? Okay, now it's to figure out. Oops. It's about over here. Okay, but it's close to this, though. I think it's up there. Right? Yay, okay. Alright. What? I don't remember that part of the design. Okay. Huh. That's kind of weird. Why is there a skulk underneath my base? That's kind of weird. Does skulk randomly generate like just randomly spawn sometimes? What? Okay, well that's kind of weird. I didn't do that. I don't even know why I would even do that if I were even trying to do that. Huh, that's weird. I don't remember reading that skulk can sometimes generate. And I thought they break when they're in water. So this is just improving my knowledge. So, okay, so for some reason, skulk can survive underwater, which is kind of interesting. And that it can protrude from the ground and try and go around my ship, I'm guessing, is kind of what it's doing. Or maybe it's trying to get in the ship, but I have the barriers, so it's kind of like protecting. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I think the shield's kind of doing that. I don't know. That is really, really weird. Okay. Well. Anyway, that should be fine. I'm not at all very confused about this, but whatever. Anyway. I am kind of confused. I'm a little bit confused at why that's happening, but not as much as why is that even happening? I'm trying to think of like if I might have like secretly like not secretly, but like I kind of read something that's like if you read in between the lines kind of thing. Maybe the parasitic thing that's like underneath our feet right now, the skulk, is trying to get the skulk that I have in the ship, maybe? I don't know. I mean, it has been a week since I last recorded, so maybe it's like slowly growing. I don't know, maybe we'll find that out next time. I don't know. Maybe it'll slowly grow. So let's just go throw this stuff out in these like random barrels up here, just so that we can just empty them, and then like we can journey out into the world tomorrow, and then we'll go and enjoy the area kind of thing. I don't know. And then maybe we'll have a fun time while we're... Or maybe we should take a stop by the ancient city and see, like, if there might be, like... I don't know, maybe something that, like... Maybe they might, like, generate, like, a book or something like that might, like, explain why this is happening to us. Because this is just kind of weird, though, that, like, this... Like, what I would literally call it a parasite because it changes it changes everything. But like, it seems weird though that it's like it's infecting, like it's trying to get into my ship right now. And the only thing that's protecting my ship right now is the fact that it has a barrier attached to it. But what if that barrier wasn't there though? Like, what would would it just break through and just start destroying my ship, or is it just gonna try and keep, or is it just gonna stay there and just not do anything? Oh, I have stuff. Oh, okay, yeah. I have to put a lot of stuff away. I kind of forgot about that. I think yesterday, yeah, because yesterday I was doing some server maintenance, getting ready for today actually. I was trying to figure out some stuff. But when I was doing server maintenance yesterday, I was trying to make sure that I found the portal, and I went past it. I don't think I remember seeing that, or maybe it wasn't as prevalent. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't... Did I see it? And it just went, huh, that's pretty cool. I mean, I could ask my friend if he built it, but I don't know why he would build in my section, though. Why he'd be building in my terrain, or my, like, sort of territory kind of thing. Because that seems kind of weird, though. Like, why would he build it here, though? Of all places. Oh, here's the skulk, okay. Yeah, like, that's what I mean, though. Like, why would... Like, maybe maybe the parasite is trying to, like, reattach itself? I'm not quite sure. That would be pretty interesting, though. The skulk is trying to, like, get its brethren from me by trying to attack my ship. Well, we'll probably find out next time. Actually, yeah, maybe we'll take a stop by some of the ancient cities, and we'll see if there's any kind of, like, recorded document kind of thing that has it. I don't know. What's this? Oh, buried treasure maps. Yeah, those are from older versions. Oops. So yeah, so I'm trying to figure out, like, if they're, like, I'm trying to see if I could probably remember if I read it. Like, I'm still trying to figure out if I read anything about it, but I don't think it said anything about natural generation. Like, after the world generation, if it'll try and, like, spread everywhere. I don't think it does that, but I don't know. You got proof right now, so that's kind of weird. Then again, there are certain wikis that don't, like, give you the right information at the time, so it gets kind of weird, though. I don't know. It's kind of weird, though, that it's trying to spread up here. I don't know. We'll do some research. We'll do some research next time. So, alright, so that's it for now. Next time, hopefully we'll find some more things about that right over there. Goodbye, guys. See you guys next time for some more Minecraft Sercacraft.